TFL EV is brought to you by Flow Charger, maker of reliable, high-quality charging stations for your electric vehicle.
Are electric cars any good in the cold of winter? Well, I'm going to find out right now because here I have my personal BMW i3 2014 model, which has been sitting outside for about 2.5 days. I parked it here at work and here it is. Ta-da! It's a 2014 BMW i3 Rex range extender. You may have seen it already on this channel before because Roman and TFL Studios have owned this car, and then I purchased it from the company. Let me show you around. But here's what I'm worried about. It's been sitting here without a charger right in this spot for about 2.5 days in the cold. Right now it's about 30 degrees. At night it's been down to about 17 degrees Fahrenheit or maybe even 15, so always below freezing. And it was about half charge when I left it here because I drove here from home. So come on in. We'll figure it out. Let me show you just the car just from the outside. Can you show it from the front? Okay, so it's a Rex, so it does have the fuel door on the passenger side. It's got a small 2.5-ish gallon fuel tank for the range extender. It's the original i3, so it's actually pretty exciting because it was kind of a pioneer. Okay, so that's a good sign. It has power door locks are working. And then it has a charger port here. This one is only level 2, so no fast charging on this one. And that's partially because it's also a range extender. So jump in. Let me see if it starts and also how much range I have left. Okay. So far so good. It looks like it's about to wake up. So I started by pushing this button. So there's a start stop. Hey! Let me turn down the volume. It's making a lot of good noises. It's telling me outside 32 degrees. So that's approximately correct. My fuel is almost gone, and that's okay because I haven't filled it up for a long time. And also, I have about half range. You know what? It looks like I haven't touched it in about 2.5 days. It's been sitting in the cold. But it appears like it's just as happy as can be. Let me go take it around the block really quick. Let me take this camera for a second. Here's my steering wheel. It has this shifter for reverse and drive, and of course down for reverse, up for drive, or park. And then down here I have Eco Pro Plus, and Comfort drive modes. So it doesn't have a sport mode, it's nothing fancy. And in Eco Pro mode, you can kind of tell right there, let me zoom in, it gives me different range estimates. So normal mode 34 miles, Eco Pro 41 miles, Eco Pro Plus 42 miles. So Eco Pro Plus limits you to 56 miles per hour top speed, kind of a soft limit. You can get past it, but it kind of limits you. So I'm going to put it in Eco Pro. My climate system is not on. If I did turn it on, let's see what happens. Let's see. Did you see that range go down? So it's already estimating, based on the climate control system, how much range I might be losing because I'm heating up the cabin. So what I can do is I can actually turn on my heated seat and turn this off. And that's a little bit more effective way of driving when it's cool outside, because I'm not heating up the entire cabin, I'm just heating myself. So it's a little bit more effective. You know what? I was kind of nervous, because usually what happens with this car, my wife drives it to work and back, so she commutes in it, and she always brings it home. We have a level 2 charger at home, which is about 6 to 7 kilowatt charger in our garage, and it charges in about 3 hours overnight, and she drives it again the next day. But it's always kind of maintaining its charge. And I parked it outside, and I was really nervous about it sitting all by itself in the cold. But it looks like it's just a happy, ooh, it's a happy clam. All right, now I have to tell you about another quirk of the i3 while driving in the snow and ice. It kind of has only one strength of regen braking. There's not like a setting or a button I can push to tell it to kind of freewheel or a little bit coast a little bit more instead of giving me full regen braking. So it's a little tricky to drive on ice, because normal, if you're driving a gasoline or a diesel vehicle, the way you stop is you let off the gas pedal and then you apply the brake. In here, if you let off the gas pedal, it will apply basically maximum regen, and the rear can lose traction because the rear tires are using the electric motor to slow down, and it may get squirrely. This is really rough ice here. I'm trying to demonstrate it. I'm gonna show it right there in this patch. So I'm moving, I'm gonna let off. Ooh, there's a little, I don't know if you could feel it, but there was a little wiggle. So you can't just drop the accelerator. You kind of have to come off it a little bit slower, so you can kind of vary that regen with your foot. So that's the only trick. It's a little quirk. So if you're aware of this, you can drive in a quite controlled manner. Pretty nice and controlled. Turning radius in this car is amazing. I was sliding there for a minute, but this car is so small. It's pretty amazing as far as its maneuverability. Finally, let me pause here. I wanted to show you some of the other information, kind of like a long-term review. Let me grab the camera one more time and show you here. So if you focus on the upper portion of the screen, I can show you some of my information. So put on quite a few miles, 52,302. So my wife's been driving it for a year and a half, and it was about 26,000 miles when we got it. So quite a few miles. And then that's my total range, my battery percentage. And this is my average kind of lifetime, not lifetime, but over the last 6,400 miles. Sorry, my focus is playing. 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour, which is a really good result, I think, for any electric vehicle. So it's quite efficient. It has approximately like 17 or 18 kilowatt hours of usable battery. That's why the range is about 40 miles. So it's been mostly problem-free. I took care of one problem with the range extender motor. And I do have a European kind of setting on this car that wasn't available initially in the United States, where you can control the range extender and turn it on at any time below 75% of charge. So right now, I can ask for it. And yes, my fuel tank is almost gone. I wonder if it will start. Sometimes you can hear it. Let me start moving. And as we start moving, once in a while, you could kind of hear it kick on. Or maybe it's frozen. Who knows? Here, focus on this for just a second. I know it's bumpy, guys. I'm sorry. This is pretty icy here. But oh, I think I hear it. I hear this little motorcycle engine kick on. It's in the back, and it's providing a little bit more energy. So it will maintain. It'll try to maintain my battery percentage at 57. I don't know if you could hear it on camera. It's kind of a muted sound, which is nice, so it's not too bothersome. Well, I think to answer my question I asked initially, are electric cars any good in the snow or in the cold of winter? This i3 is normal. It's acting as if it was any other day. So I would say yes. Driving it on ice is a little tricky, so I wouldn't recommend this car for everybody in the snow. Yes, you could put on a winter tire, which I don't currently have on this car, but this car also likes to eat tires, especially the rears. So we already have gone through one change of tires in this car, including rotations. I tried to rotate my tires. So it has a tendency of wear rear tires kind of quickly. And I think it's because it does have a lot of torque and it squirts off the line in a very aggressive way. So it kind of likes to eat tires. So that's my long-term update, as well as a little winter drive in the very basic i3 that's now 9 years old. And it's behaving as if it was new. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me, and check out alltfl.com for everything automotive in one place.